Good afternoon, good evening. Today is Saturday, September 20th at 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm here with Crazy B, who's at 3:20 Central Standard Time, and we are doing a pre-recorded video to which we will determine the date sometime in the future. Just think of us as what, the Jetsons, perhaps?
Time travel.
Time travel. Time. Oh, here we go. We're starting out early. Time travel. Um, and so we need to catch up on some information, and we thought that immigration would be a good place to start. We are still both under the weather, and I think I might be going down early. So I don't know how long my voice will last. Crazy B, what about you?
Other than a headache, I'm still alive.
I have the headache too. That I don't like having a headache.
I am no fan of headaches. I will tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, there's
Me and
usually,
headaches don't get along.
and people like my dad used to always use an ice pack, and I found that ice never helped. I always found heat. Now, this is not medical advice at all, this is personal preference. A heating pad, a medication containing, I don't want to say the name brand, but that has a acetylphenamine and perhaps caffeine and perhaps aspirin in it.
So the standard migraine medicine that comes in multiple generic and name brands.
Oh, that would be a good way of summing it up. That, along with a Diet Mountain Dew, always worked for me. What about you?
Mountain Dew, the same medication, ice pack, hiding in the closet where it's dark, and headphones on my ears or earplugs in so I don't got to listen to noise, and pray to God no smell comes in from somebody cooking something.
You know, I am sensitive to light when that happens.
Hmm.
I, but I don't have to be in the pitch black. It doesn't have to be like hide in a closet. I just don't want lights on like in the kitchen or the hall or whatever. That's distracting. But
Yeah, I go hide in a closet. No outside light coming in. It's filtered between the room and the door.
right.
Like just no light at all. And this any cooking smell or any air freshener smell just makes me want to puke. It
Oh,
makes it worse.
that's disgusting. And
That's
and
bad migraine.
for this video, just so everybody knows where we're at in the scheme of things, whenever this is played, it's been an extremely uh, eventful, stressful, agonizing, tumultuous week. 10 days actually since the death of Charlie Kirk. His funeral will be tomorrow on Sunday. And so I want everybody to make note of it, where you were when this is played, and when you do hear it again. I don't know when
Hmm.
you will, but our plan is that in the event that one of us go down and out, or we have an appointment that we need to take care of, that the videos, our pre-recorded, will play. So,
Yeah.
what do you have to add to a crazy bee?
Not too much, really.
We did say yesterday that we needed a drink, and I found in the refrigerator a teeny tiny bottle of watermelon, a shot of watermelon, something or other.
Hmm.
And the problem is, I am too weak to get the damn thing opened. Or I'm not too weak, it's that the cap is, hmm, I don't know how I'm gonna get it open. But I
That's a
think,
good question.
uh huh, I do. I don't even have, it's that metal on metal kind of thing.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
and it's very hard to get the lid off. So it's not plastic, it's made out of metal. And what's funny is a half gallon or a gallon of alcohol or a bottle of wine. Well, some of them have the metal, but a lot of them have gone to the plastic. So I don't know. I guess I'm not going to be an old lady that's going to be able to drink alcohol if I can't get the damn bottle open, huh? Right?
Just put it in a baby bottle or a sippy cup. No big deal.
I know, but I got to get the bottle open first. That's the problem. I can't get the lid open. That's my problem.
Okay, so when someone's there, they open it and you set up enough cups or bottles to get through.
There we go. I can
And you
do.
store them in your freezer.
There we go. That'll work. Yeah, I'll. Yeah, we need an extra freezer here, by the way, just for my alcoholic beverages. There we go.
I think that works great.
I think it's an excellent idea. Okay, so we're catching up on immigration, and we have a lot of information that we have missed. I mean, a lot has gone on with ICE uh, being able to go into uh, the cities, various crime ridden cities. As many of you know, Trump has ordered the National Guard to help uh, to try to get crime under control. Uh,
Yep.
Statements have been made that Washington is under control. We're waiting to see those stats. Right now, they're in Chicago. Well, they hit New York first, and then they're in Chicago. ICE has done several raids where they've hit multiple locations at uh, the same time in different states. So
Yeah.
they've have kind of stepped up. The problem is the DC courts have blocked Trump from deporting or doing anything with these criminals, illegal aliens, uh, of sending them back to their country of origin or to another
Yeah.
country. So he has requested that the Supreme Court uh, take up the case sooner than later. He wants it fast tracked.
Uh
And
huh.
I was looking at some things today about the Supreme Court, and I am surprised at all the things that Trump is requesting to be fast tracked. Just about every policy he has put out, as we've mentioned before, the left has come at him with over 165 lawsuits plus
Uh huh.
some, and everything that he's done, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, they've put a roadblock up. And
Oh, wow.
the DC federal courts, as well as those across the country, kind of band together and have blocked him in preventing him from doing a lot of anything. So
Yeah. That's what
he's
they do all the
asking for a
time.
lot to be fast tracked, and I'm going to be surprised if they do or they don't. What's your thoughts
Hmm.
on that, Crazy B?
My thoughts on it are nothing should be fast tracked. I think things should be timely done, as in get it done in a time frame, but make sure you've gone over it thoroughly. Make sure you don't got to go back and retract it later. Make sure there's nothing. And here's the thing: when you're writing this stuff up, write it up so there's nothing they can say is wrong about it.
Right.
If you cover your bases beforehand, you don't got to go and fix it later.
Well, I don't even think it's that. I think that they're right in some of the things. I'm not saying everything is right, but there are some things that are probably correct, but that somebody still can file a lawsuit against you in it, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's where the
Whether they
DC.
win or lose is going to be a whole nother story, and it could be a frivolous lawsuit where it's filed for the sheer fun of it to try
Right.
and delay things.
And that's what's happening. And that's what the DC judges are siding with whoever is filing the complaint. And so he's
Those
asking,
should be illegal.
and but no, but the Supreme Court is not coming down on the DC judges. That's the problem. They're permitted to bring forward uh these suits, and
Hmm.
then they agree with it, and then they say, well, kick it up to the Supreme Court, which we know could take years. We've talked about that. Take
Yep.
years from now to get settled, and that's what he's asking to be fast tracked, is the Supreme Court's process, instead of waiting 4 years when he's going to be out of office, and perhaps whoever comes in after him says, you know what, I don't care for that law or that order or whatever, we're not doing it anymore. Uh, that's what he wants taken care of. So,
Yeah, but by doing that, you're going to get just a lot of half-assed opinions, and
right,
it's not going to go well. That's where I hold it. Still needs not necessarily fast tracked, but efficiently done. Let's get
right,
this done efficiently.
right.
That way, they get it done right and in a timely fashion without dragging their feet.
Uh huh.
Because I'm telling you, a lot of the people who are whining and complaining and sending things to the Supreme Court, jeez, they're overwhelmed. Especially for us only having what, 9 total or
Right.
6?
Yep. Nine.
What,
Nine.
9?
Yes.
9. That's right. For 9 judges, that's a lot to deal
Right.
with.
Exactly. I mean, it's almost like they could just work for Trump themselves, the nine of them, the way things are going.
I know. It's
Right?
like, and then they've got all their little states versus whoever court
Right.
ones.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like, oh my lord. The court system is there for a reason, but man, it takes forever and a day.
Right? And I guess if, you have big money backing you, and you have the support, uh, law firms doing work pro bono, that just can't stand them, and
Hmm.
will be up against them. That's where I think there's a total disconnect, that shouldn't be permitted. But how do you decide what's worth it, and which lawsuit is, frivolous, and which isn't?
Oh, that's for the judges to decide, unfortunately.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, it sucks when you got that cyclical nonsense
Right.
of this, that, and the other have to be done, and guess who's in charge of it? The
Right.
same people.
And that's where sometimes I wish that these term limits should be in place. I don't know. Is I don't think a president is effective in 4 years. By the time they get into office, if they're somebody that wants reelected, they're working on their next campaign. I mean, yeah, granted, they do work and everything, but how much really gets accomplished?
Well, I
Uh,
mean, Trump proves it can things can get done
right,
in a timely fashion. I mean, if again, some of the stuff Congress could be more efficient about, but they're
right,
not.
right,
But he's also doing the throw a million darts and whatever one stick victory, and forget the
exactly.
970,000
That
that
hit the
didn't
wall,
stick.
right? Or hit the
Yes.
ceiling, or hit the floor, right?
Or the guy in the corner, right in the eyeball, or I mean, just like I call it the. I hate to sound horrible, but like Rush Limbaugh and them, how they used to just throw all these things out there, and then the handful that stick, they're like, "Oh my God, he was right," but they're not paying attention to all the "he was wrongs."
Right. I just got a message that the Carl bot is drunk again.
Yeah, he sent out our last video or one of our other videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So he's been drinking again.
no, that
Ah,
means
but
YouTube's pushing our
he
video
needs.
again.
Well, that's good. He needs to contact us when he's going to do that, so that because I didn't get a notification, and we could drink with him, right?
I know, I would.
Unless
Like, shoot, pour me a
unless
glass.
he might, right, he might like to drink alone though.
That could be, but yeah,
Mm,
he's that every time YouTube puts out a notification, the bot puts out the notification on the server. So
I
YouTube is
see.
pushing our videos again for some reason, and I'm not going to complain.
No, we will not. All right. So what do you got for us first?
Alrighty, let me pull that up. Here we go. Mr.
Uh,
Abrego.
uh, uh. Oh, my main squeeze.
Abrego Garcia.
Yes, it's and I just call him Kilmar.
You're allowed to. Oh, I
Oh,
need to make this a little bit bigger, I think. It looks too small.
yeah. Would you back up a little bit? I just want to read the title.
Oh, no, I just want to make sure we can read
Oh,
this down
okay.
here, too.
Gotcha. Gotcha. The Trump administration says Kilmar faces deportation to Eswatini? Tiny? Eswatini?
I think it's teeny.
Eswatini? That's what we're going with. We like Eswatini.
Sounds like martini.
Like martini. So you have alcohol in the brain today, huh?
Sure, why not?
Okay, why not? This is from September the 7th. It was updated on the 8th.
Alrighty.
And the Trump administration on September 5th unveiled a plan to send Kilmore, whose arrest and fight to stay in the U.S. have become a flashpoint in its immigration crackdown to a small African nation of Eswatini. A U.S. Department of Homeland Security official said in an email to Kilmore's lawyer that Eswatini, formerly Swaziland, Swazili, wait,
Swaziland or
Swaziland,
Swaziland?
Swaziland, has replaced Uganda as the country designated for his deportation. The official said the change was made because Kilmar had stated that he faces fears of persecution or torture in Uganda. That claim of fear is hard to take seriously, especially given that you have claimed through your attorneys that you fear persecution or torture in at least 22 different countries. Nonetheless, we hereby notify you that your new country of removal is Eswatini, Africa, the official said in the email.
I have a question. Actually, it's not even a question. It's just an observation. If he's afraid to go to those 22 countries, that means there's probably cartel members there.
Well, not only that, but that means he's a bigger player than what he claims he is, doesn't it?
That too. Yeah.
Right?
Uh huh.
Uh huh.
If there's a hit out on him that he can't go back to his home country and he can't go to these 22 other ones, those are nations that the cartel's probably operating in, and he knows it.
Wow. Yeah.
Just gonna
Yeah. Uh huh.
observation.
Right. Kilmar, originally from El Salvador and currently being held in an immigration detention center in Virginia, has no ties to Eswatini, a landlocked country bordering South Africa. The Trump administration push to send Kilmar, 30, to Eswatini is the latest twist in a saga that began in March when U.S. authorities accused him of being a gang member and sent him to a Salvadorian prison despite an order from a U.S. judge prohibiting his deportation to his native country. Kilmar was brought back in June to face criminal charges of transporting migrants living in the United States illegally. He has pleaded not guilty, and his lawyers have accused the administration of vindictive prosecution. Kilmar, a sheet metal worker who entered the United States illegally, had been living in Maryland with his wife, their child, and two of her children, all of whom are American citizens, until he was arrested and sent to El Salvador. Kilmar's lawyers has said the administration is trying to coerce him into pleading guilty. According to court filings, the administration offered at one point to deport him to Costa Rica if he agreed to plead not guilty, and said he would be sent to Uganda if he did not. The U.S. sent a deportation flight to Eswatini in July, the DHS spokeswoman Tricia McLaughlin said at the time carried individuals so uniquely barbaric that their home countries refused to take them back.
Well, that's a bad sign when your own country refuses to take you back and they got rid of you and
Wow,
didn't care what happened. You're a pretty bad person.
that's he must be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's way he's a worse actor than we anticipated, perhaps.
Yeah.
22. I didn't realize that it was 22 countries.
Yeah, I
I
agree. I think he listed like 20 something was what I heard.
Mhm.
But the first, like I said, it comes to mind that if he's afraid to go there, there's a anyone think to say why he's afraid to go there?
Well, he's saying he fears.
Persecution or being
Exactly.
killed.
Right.
Yeah, but that means that there's probably cartel members there looking for his ass.
Hmm.
That's all I can come up with as to why he would be afraid to go to these 22 very specific countries.
Right. Well, it shows he's either notorious from his publicity or he's a bigger player than we know we know
Mm-hmm.
him to be. And that's why he's afraid. Or
Oh, yeah.
it's just a ploy to continue the saga, right? I
Oh,
mean,
drag things out. Oh, most definitely could be the case.
right. Why he's staying in the detention center. His family and that at least can probably go visit him. You know, I hate to say it, but I'm surprised that if he was so concerned about being persecuted in these 22 other countries, why isn't he worried about the United States?
Um, Probably because the cartels don't have as much control here as they do in some of these other countries.
Okay.
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
I thought that the prison system or these detention. I mean, look at what happened to Jeffrey. You know,
Mm-hmm.
how does that happen to some and not to others? I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there as a
Oh, the courts. I mean, jails and stuff have their corrupt guards and stuff that are going to sit turn the other way while someone gets stabbed or hung or beat up. I mean, there's always going to be those.
right. So how was it that he was able to, you know, not get unalived in the American justice system?
Well,
Give
so far, I mean, deep immigration, they're pretty well separated. It's not like they're allowed to just, go mingle around in the park
right.
while waiting to get deported. So
Yeah, I wonder if he's in solitary confinement. Do we know that?
I am not aware of it.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not sure if he's what the facility looks like. I don't think we've seen that. Oh, I hear the choo-choo train. Woo woo.
Yeah, trains running through. It's
There you
usual
go.
time schedule.
Uh-huh, I like that. It probably annoys
It
the
can get
hell out of you.
annoying, but I'm used to it by now. It's not
Right,
as bad.
right.
But it's not my favorite place to be, but I'll tolerate it if I can afford it,
Yeah,
right?
I like the sound of a train. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
For the
Uh,
most part, it's calming. It's just,
yeah,
if so far, knocking on wood, as long as I've lived here, there's never been a major problem with idiots on train tracks in our town. So
mhm.
We've gotten very blessed.
Good. All right, what do you got first next?
All right. Next video you sent over. Oops, let me do this so you can see. There we are. College Democrats say gangs are good. I don't know what they're smoking, but let's find out.
I think we should abolish jail and we should allow all the violent immigrants and yes,
We should allow them to what?
stay here.
Okay. Do you think that we could abolish jails, get all the violent immigrants, your words, and all the violent felons in jail? Could we put them here at USF on campus?
Yes, and I'll hang out with them.
You'll hang out with them?
Gangs are there for a reason. Gangs are there for community, and they're there because, listen, gangs are formed for a community. They're formed because they're lacking something.
That goes back to like the 60s and 70s when gangs first started forming. It is not what they are used for these days.
Yeah, that's just the prelude. Just
yeah, I'm jumping ahead to where she actually starts.
Go ahead.
Let's see if he has any fans here. What I'm asking students about today is we have the camera, we have the microphone. We're giving students the opportunity to thank President Trump for the wonderful job he's done so far in his second term. So I'm gonna just give it to you. You can thank him for all the wonderful things he's done. If there's something on your mind that he's done especially well, we're just making like a collage thank you video.
We're talking about President Trump?
Yeah, You can thank him, and you can have as long as you want. There's a lot of accomplishments, a lot of things to thank him for, so take your time.
I don't really have a comment on that. I'm not really fond of him, so.
Okay. All right. Is there one thing you can thank him for?
Yeah. For giving us drama.
So you have the floor. What would you like to thank him for?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah.
He's done nothing good.
Not that I know of.
We're asking people if there's anything they would like to thank Donald Trump for.
I don't really like what's happening with the Department of Education. That's kind of scary. A lot of my colleagues have been fired as a result of budget cuts and stuff like that. And honestly, I just, at this moment, I don't feel very grateful.
How are you? I love your outfit. I love your outfit.
You're the last person I thought I would literally ever see on my first day back.
I follow you on Instagram.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
What's my Instagram?
I would never put that out there. I don't want people to find you. You're a private person.
Thank you for respecting my privacy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
We're asking people today if they want to thank Donald Trump for the job he's done so far.
I don't think that I do today.
No.
No.
I can't buy anything from Canada anymore.
Would you thank him for, let's say, the deportation of violent criminals from our country?
No, I believe he's deporting people who do not deserve to be deported. I believe he's ripping families apart.
Okay. Who is he deporting that shouldn't be deported?
He's deporting a lot of working class people and, people who deserve to be here just like anyone else. No one's illegal.
So is it that your opinion they should be allowed to stay here, or is it that they are illegal and he's deporting them?
My opinion is that they should stay here and no one is illegal on stolen land.
I'm not really a political person, but I guess there's one thing. I did like this one thing. I don't really like him personally, but there's this one thing that I did like. The big American flag in front of the White House and in the back. I thought that was cool. Okay. I mean, I don't like.
Holy cow! Someone who likes the American flag.
For real. I wonder if she knows what it's about.
Again, we're looking at people who just.
And these are college students.
Yeah.
We're not talking about grade school, middle school, high school students. These are college students. And who knows what fields they're in?
Yeah. A lot of these people could be going into education themselves.
Right.
It's a tad bit alarming. I still would like to hear her give some pushback. So far, I haven't heard any pushback on it.
Oh, just wait.
Like, I really don't like. I'm just not a very political person, but I think that's cool for everybody. You know, like
patriotism.
Yeah.
So you love your country.
I do. I mean, I can recognize that there's problems, but also recognize I'm very privileged to be here. And ladybug just flew on you.
I want to get deported or something.
Ladybug lands on you, it's good luck.
Mm-hmm.
In case people don't know about that one. So I had to add that in. It's a old thing, but yep. Can make a wish, I believe.
think I think you might be right. And you go ahead and keep playing and talking. I will holler because somebody decided they needed to get up and be let out now.
Okay.
Okay, come on,
I'm,
Chasey.
I'm not trying to do anything illegal. Yeah.
Well, that's the only way you would be deported is if you overstayed your visa or did something illegal.
Or if I said something illegal, that would, get the ice on me. So.
Well, here in America, I don't know if you know, we have free speech. So
Yeah,
unless
I
you're
know.
inciting violence, is really, I mean, saying
There's
something
not really
illegal.
free speech for immigrants.
How so?
Because I've seen.
You know what? No. I kind of agree with you because if you're going to come to our country and disrespect
Exactly.
our
I don't wanna
country
disrespect
and talk
nobody.
bad about it and be ungrateful for being here, you don't have free speech
Yeah.
because you're not a citizen.
Exactly.
So no, all right, do you feel tempted to say something bad about America?
No, not at all. No. No.
That was a scary look on his face. He's terrified to say the wrong thing.
He probably wishes he would have had the mask like the girl before him did.
I know. I'm thinking he's like, because the look on his face was deer in the headlight.
It was priceless.
Yes. Okay. I just had to point out he looked absolutely terrified to answer that question any other way.
Yeah, you'll see him a little bit later on. Chase, come on.
Uh,
Stolen land, go more into that.
Stolen land. This land was given by Native Americans who lived here, and then when people came, they kind of pushed them out and put them on reservations, and so they took away their land from them.
Wait, in the beginning she said the Native Americans gave this land, and now she's saying they were pushed out of it.
Right.
Which is it? Did they give it? Did they sell it? Or was it stolen from them? Because we've purchased land from Native American tribes.
Right.
We have pushed them out in other situations. And
Now,
in
this
other
land-
ones, they have given it as a gift. So how is all of the land stolen if some of it has been purchased and given?
Plus, wasn't there warring tribes that who determined who stole what from who?
Well, that's if you go back before the settlers even got here.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of those things that just makes you kind of scratch your head. She's like, she claims the land stolen, but she also, in the same sentence, says that it was given. And it's like, wait a minute, let's get our story straight. You can't have it both ways. You can say some of it was stolen, but come on, come on, get your entire story straight. Go in chronological order. It's easiest.
Land isn't, something that belongs to anyone. It is land. However, that doesn't mean someone's illegal on it because when they came here, did they sign any papers? Did they make anything? Did Christopher Columbus say, oh, well, he didn't just...
Did the Native Americans have an immigration department? Because we probably would have gone through it. Send me to the Native American. Which tribe we had the immigration department?
Immigration department.
Like, for fuck's sake, seriously?
Right.
That's her excuse. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey,
that was a very did they sign paperwork to come in here? Point me to the Native American Department of Immigration from the 1700s.
Correct.
Or the 1600s. Or the 1400s. Because Columbus found us in what, 14 something?
Yeah, 1492.
Yeah, okay, so 1492. Who was in charge of the Native American Immigration Department? And where was it located?
Who gave up the land? That's their fault then, right?
Their prerogative to sell their own land and gift it. And in some cases, yes, it was stolen. Yes, they were swindled in some cases.
Yes.
But in other cases, they were very much treated fairly for the land that was given. I am being fair here. But for her to say, did we sign any immigration papers? Point me to the goddamn immigration department that was around in 1490, well, probably 1492, or no, 94 by the time he got here. So, yes, please. Please, point me in the right direction, my dear. Anyways, let's let her keep digging this big old hole that she ain't going to be able to get out of.
discover America, but whoever came to America first, from Europe or anything, did they make paperwork? Did they sign anything?
Well, they settled.
Yeah, they settled.
They settled here.
Right.
Yeah.
But was there paperwork that they signed? Did they have to go through anything that the people here are going through?
They went through colonization.
Right.
And they settled here, and they fought for this land, and they won this land.
They
and
won
so,
this land.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, also, we don't really know who this land belongs to because there's so many different tribes that use barbaric measures to murder and scalp and rape each other. And so we're not sure who exactly this land belongs to. If you have any information on that, though, do you know specifically who this land belonged to originally?
No, like you said, there's a lot of tribes. However,
when I said this to my sister, I was told I was a racist Karen. This exact argument. When I said the same thing, Chica with the microphone said, "Oh, but who exactly owned it? The tribes have been warring over it."
Right.
You're a racist Karen.
And that has to do with just not Native American land.
They don't have an answer, so they go to an insult.
Correct. And that's just not Native American land. That's go to any country that has warring factions, right?
Yes.
What's going on today in the Middle East?
Most of Africa.
Huh? Who's
Most
fighting?
of Africa.
Right.
I mean, parts of India.
Yes.
People are still fighting over. Heck, Ireland's trying to push back on the illegals that are trying to take over their areas and
Correct.
stuff. So yeah, it happens. And don't get me started on Genghis Khan.
Yes, ma'am. And I mean, we've already played clips of what's going on in Michigan, in Dearborn, and in that other little town.
We haven't gotten to playing those clips yet. We haven't gotten to those yet.
Okay. All right.
Not all of them. We had starters to it, but not on the level like what we've been pointed to in the past few weeks.
Right. But we did show, I thought we talked about something. I'm talking out of turn. I apologize.
No, it's okay. No, I thought you were talking about the ones where they're with the police department takeover type of things.
No. The one where the chick went to the city and was outside the church and went into the restaurant.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that one was covered already. That was in the last immigration video.
Yes.
That was in the second one. This will be the third installment. Right. So, okay. There are so many videos, people. Be patient. Yeah. I get a little bit confused in which order we've done them in too. So.
And I'm confused just in general. So just have at it, Crazy Bee.
Alrighty.
When people came here to settle, it's when someone comes and wants to take your land from you, the only measure you can do is resort to violence if they're being violent towards you.
He just has this way of making everyone so divided, making everyone feel unsafe.
Under Obama, I didn't feel exactly united.
Nope. Under Biden, I certainly didn't.
Oh yeah, Biden really didn't help it. Trump may not be a unifier, but a lot of other people are. But I don't see Trump as divisive as Biden and Obama, in my personal opinion.
And I would agree with that.
Alrighty. So we're on the same page.
Yes,
do you feel unsafe?
Kind of person? Not me personally, no.
Do you know anybody who feels unsafe?
Plenty of people, yeah.
Like who?
From my community, there's a lot of immigrants who you just have to fear for their safety regardless of their legal status.
Are they legal?
Yes.
Why would they have to feel unsafe if they're legal?
Simple answer is racism, profiling. There's just...
Do you go out and actively hunt for people from another country to terrorize them, Dee?
Not that I last checked.
I've never done that. Everybody I personally know does not do that. No. And I know quite a few people from other countries. And they don't do that, and they don't have any problems with people doing it, except some of the liberals who are trying to convince them that they're going to be deported, but they're already American citizens. And some of them were even born here, and people have tried convincing them they're going to be deported. It's
Right.
really funny.
Have, I know there's. You just. I'm shaking my head. Can
I can't
everybody
stop
see?
laughing.
I know. Can everybody see? I'm shaking my head. Just shaking my head.
I got my hand over my head. Face palm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only ones who should be afraid are the illegals.
Yes, ma'am.
And not even be afraid. They should have just personally deported their own asses and came back properly. If ICE has to come get you, you have no chance of coming back.
Right. And there's the app. All they got to do is download the app.
And you get $1,000 to help you get started until you can come back.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to stop. I'm going to try not to interrupt too much because this is a longer video, but yeah. Here we go.
Examples do you have of that?
In my community, I would say in Immokalee, there's just a lot of, you could say, unmarked vans, ice trucks, that just essentially
That's not
kidnap
specific.
people.
Do they?
They do.
What's your favorite thing about this country?
The diversity.
The diversity.
Yeah, a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Black, Hispanics, whites,
Yeah.
Indians,
What's your favorite?
Hispanics.
Yeah, those are your favorite.
Pretty
The
cool people.
Hispanics are fun
Yeah.
people.
The amigos and the amigas. Yeah.
Oh, the amigas.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are your favorite, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? We are gonna deport you for that one. Respect him, okay?
Okay.
Okay, that was cute. That was cute. You can tell he's nervous, but again, if you're here legally, you have nothing to be afraid of.
Correct.
Absolutely nothing. Just don't break the laws. If you're here on a visa, keep up with it. We don't have a problem with you. It's just so funny.
Yes.
My bad. My bad. Trump and
You think he likes the amigas?
Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He likes a lot of stuff. We don't want to get the list out, so he likes a lot of stuff.
It was a countermeasure.
Okay.
It was being against, someone taking their land supposedly. And
But does that also apply between tribes when a tribe would move into a different tribe's territory and they would be violent towards each other?
Yes. Well, it does happen, with those two together, but there are also mutual agreements there. There's bartering and things like that. So when there was
No, there was a lot of killing and torture and barbaric measures for when they would take each other's territory. And this was before any white person came over.
Okay, but that's their culture. I mean, they didn't have,
They have a culture of violence.
No, not that's their
She
culture,
really
but that's what
cannot-
happens throughout all of human history.
This girl's not used to pushback. You can tell.
No, and you were waiting for pushback. I told you just give it a minute.
Yeah, this girl really is not used to getting pushback at all. She has no way to answer it. Oh, it's okay if they are barbaric to each other, but the white man should have still never came here without signing paperwork to be here. Like, oh my Lord. Okay, I'm going to shut up. Let's continue. You can laugh at me all you want
I'm not laughing.
for ranting for my rants.
Go ahead.
The way I keep. All right.
People have battled each other,
Yeah.
scalped each other, hurt each other regardless.
Yeah.
But when settlers did come, they also killed people there.
What do you buy from Canada?
There's a bunch of small businesses you can buy from Canada.
I know, but what do you buy from Canada?
I know there's a small business that has like this tea bath.
What do you buy from Canada? What do you actively buy from Canada?
She buys tea.
Tea. Okay. All right. How much did it used to cost you, and how much does it cost now?
It costs about $50 right now.
Okay.
Tariffs, who knows? We don't know yet how much it could cost.
So, if the tariffs were in effect and making it hard for you to buy things, shouldn't you know how much it costs with the tariffs?
We don't know how much it's gonna cost.
Okay. So, how much did it used to cost you?
Oh my God.
Okay. And so, right now, if you went to buy your tea from Canada right now, You could look it up and tell me.
Well, we don't know how much it's gonna cost.
You could just go
It's not in our
online.
budget. August
You could
28th.
just go online right now and tell me. You told me that you can't buy things from Canada.
Because I can't afford it.
We don't know originally who this land belongs to. And so if no one's
That
illegal,
chick is
how do
not
we
buying no
protect the
$50 tea.
Well, $50 worth of tea, maybe, to get the free shipping. But here's my thing. I don't know this chick's name. I've seen her around. I can't remember her name with the mic doing the interviews. She has the
Caitlin
patience
Bennett.
of a saint.
Caitlin Bennett.
Caitlin, yes.
Yeah.
There's no way I could do what she's doing without snapping.
She has her moments.
She's got the
Oh,
patience of a saint because I'd be like,
yes, just so you know, I think I mentioned her before. She's the one, she worked for Turning Point USA, and her
yeah,
and Charlie Kirk had a falling out. And fortunately, they were able to reconcile last month and work things out. So I'm grateful that that was able to occur for her sake. Um,
yeah,
she was actually, I forget which college she graduated from, but she was the girl that had the rifle that was strapped to her back
yep.
and made national news for carrying her rifle.
If it's an open carry, you
Uh
can
huh.
carry a rifle strapped to your back.
Yes, ma'am. She graduated with it.
I don't blame her. All right.
people who live in this country? How do we protect our borders? How do we protect our property?
Well, when you think about that, most of the people who are portraying a lot of the violence and things like that, they are citizens of America. So you saying that people from other countries are portraying most of the violence,
I didn't say that.
okay. Well, you when you told me, you were like, oh, we have to deport violent criminals and things like that. Yeah, but there's also American citizens who are criminals and they go to jail just like anyone else. So why can't...
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think that, so they get held accountable for their crimes and they go through due process and they go to jail. Right. I think the same law should apply to people who come over unvetted and they commit a crime by crossing the border illegally, and then they commit a further crime by committing violence or acts of aggression against people who are citizens of this country. I think the same standards should be applied to them, and if deportation is what the law says that they get, they should get it.
Okay, but why is that the ultimate,
why are you okay with someone who's an American citizen going to jail, but you're not okay with an illegal alien who crossed over the border illegally, who commit violent crimes, getting deported?
Well,
Don't touch my stuff. What are you doing?
Would you like to reply?
Yes.
You can go ahead, yeah.
I think we should abolish jail and we should allow all the violent immigrants and yes,
We should allow
She's
them to
stupid.
what?
stay here.
Okay. Do you think that we could abolish jails, get all the violent immigrants, your words, and all the violent felons in jail? Could we put them here at USF on campus?
Yes, and I'll hang out with them.
You'll hang out with them?
I
You're an
understand that there's certain restrictions on everything, but the system itself doesn't give people much of a chance. There's such long wait times to get your test, your naturalization. We need to focus on immigration reform, and you're gonna get people for overstaying their visa when they have no way of renewing it, or they've
How would
been
someone
trying-
Oh, they have plenty of ways to renew their visas.
Same way you can't get voter ID. Same concept.
Oh, these kids don't know what they're talking about. They're just repeating what others have told them.
And the other chick, I'm just glad she's not my daughter, so I saved
If she
myself.
was my daughter, I'd pull her from college because it's not safe for her to be out there, and I would want to get her some more life skills, accompanied life skills, before sending her back out to college.
Mm-hmm.
Not mentally mature enough to be in a college. I'm sorry. Let alone voting, but we have to because the national age for voting is 18. But yeah, otherwise we're violating the voting rights of people if we have to put them through a cognitive test and all this stuff, even though I think it should be. But it's still a violation, but
Maybe
whatever.
even raise the age to 21.
Or just start teaching civics to kids again.
This is true. But I doubt we'll see that happen anytime soon.
I know. All right, let me continue because we're going to be here for all day if I don't shut up and just let this play.
Have
years
no
and
way
years.
of renewing their visa.
Because their appointment just takes so damn long.
So if they were able to get it in the first place, I think that immigrants and people in general are probably smart enough to know their expiration date on their visa and go through and I don't think we should be like saying that they're not able to do it. I think they're able to do it. You staying in America when that's over, you going back home?
Going back home.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to overstay or do anything that's not, that I'm not supposed to do.
Good.
So yeah,
Good.
totally gonna
All right.
leave America and go back to my.
What was that?
Right here is the prime example of how out of country students pay for large portions of tuition to colleges and universities. And they want their money. They want out of state or out of country is even better for their bottom line because they pay the highest tuition versus an in
Yes.
state student. I kind of have a problem. So you come to this country, and I'm sure that there's probably, I don't know, scholarships involved or some types of money or making it lucrative for a foreign student to come here. And you take the best of what we have and then you pick it up and you leave. I don't know.
I mean, as
I,
long as they're paying their tuition and they get their education, they get their good grades. And again, he's on a student visa and he plans to go back home. We've still made money, still benefited the people who work there that are American citizens who run the schools and stuff. So, I mean, it
I
helps
hope they,
society.
well, I hope they vet them. That's, I guess, the point I'm getting to.
There's supposed to be a strict vetting on these student visas as well as the work visas.
Uh,
They do have a background check and stuff they have to go through. It's not a simple process.
you mean the process that Biden skipped when he let all the illegals in? You mean that process?
Yes, but the ones who come through properly, it's not a overt. You just fill out a piece of paper and they stamp it, and there you go.
Right. I realize that.
Yeah. So I appreciate the ones like him who are doing it the right way.
Go ahead.
Home country.
Yeah.
Totally.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Don't overstay.
What's your name?
My name's Caitlin.
What do you do?
I'm a YouTuber.
You're a YouTuber?
Yeah. We're like 50K away from 1 million subscribers.
Really?
Yeah. So if you really do overstay your visa, that might be bad for you.
I didn't say anything bad. Right?
Oh yeah, no. You're definitely gonna like. Okay. All right.
Well, it was nice talking to you.
Yeah, you better get out of here. Go. Bye. What would you do with them?
I don't know. I have like Uno in my backpack. We can play Uno.
Yeah. So would you give out green cards?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very brave of you. That's very
I have, like,
brave of you.
wild cards too, and like blue ones.
Yeah.
I have like Hello Kitty Uno.
Okay. You think that the MS-13 gang members and the gangs all around the country that are in jail, citizens or not, you think they would love to just sit down with you and play a game of Hello Kitty Uno?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, they-
Well,
Hello
I think that you
Kitty,
should
but
petition to.
what kind of kitty she's talking about on cards?
Oh, the anime character from Japan, Hello Kitty. Oh my God. That's not. No, they'd be peddling drugs and
No.
prostitution on your campus. Oh my God. This is when that saying, bless your heart, sweet summer child,
Okay.
comes into absolute play. Whew.
Rough, isn't it?
Beyond listening to her say that, like they're just going to sit down and play games and learn stuff at the school. No, they're not. They don't want jack shit. You guys are a money making opportunity, and that's all they see you as.
Correct.
Oh, someone's parents needed to do a better job of waking them up to the real world before letting them go off to college.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
harbor and take care of a violent MS-13 gang member from deportation. You could go down to Alligator Alcatraz. It's not that far from here. You could petition to bring one home with you, and we'll check in with you in a week if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you still here in a week?
I'll come back just to see if you're still here.
Okay, like right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. All right. Would you take in a violent MS-13 gang member? Would you room with one?
That's, a particular question. That is a little weird because you think people give people labels all the time, and
No, they named themselves, like they named their own gang MS-13.
yeah, but you saying violent, which I understand, but gangs are there for a reason. Gangs are there for community, and they're there because
American gangs are not the same as Mexican gangs. Just so you guys have that little tidbit of knowledge. They're not the same.
Why is that?
Well, again, the American gangs formed to start, when they originally formed, like she's about to say, were to protect their neighborhoods and their communities, and kids who didn't have dads were protected. But then in Mexico, the gangs were for pushing drugs and violence and dominating their community and others. That spilled over into America, which led to the gang problems we currently have today in America. But when they started, like what she was about to point out, is when they started, there is a huge difference between the two and how it was. And MS-13 will not hesitate to skin you alive. American gangs are not that violent. They will make it a relatively quick death compared to MS-13 ones and other Mexican cartel type gangs. So that's the big difference. And honestly, the American gangs don't meddle in as much of the major drugs because the major drugs are produced by Mexico, then shipped here for people to disperse. They're not taking the risk of actually making all the drugs, growing the plants, extracting it, all of that. It's not the same. There is a difference.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, there's your big difference.
Go ahead.
listen, gangs are formed for a community. They're formed because they're lacking something, and that they couldn't
Drug
find,
cartels and human trafficking and
listen,
sex trafficking and gang raping.
No, that's a byproduct of human evil. That's not what gangs. I'm saying gangs in general, not MS-13. But in forms of your question, no, I wouldn't. But they also, people shouldn't just be deported based on like their tattoos or things like that.
No one's being deported because of their tattoos. They're being deported because of their affiliation with violent organizations.
Right.
It's like they've been labeled a terrorist organization by the United States government. So if they are affiliated with that, they get the boot. And furthermore, if they came over and they're part of MS-13, they're here illegally because they're not allowed in this country.
Right, but some of the people who are here illegally, they aren't part of MS-13, and they're being deported based on the premise that they are. So
it's found. So if someone's here illegally, that would be found out, and then they would be deported. What should the punishment be for people who come over unvetted, cross our border illegally, and then stay in our country?
They should be given, reasonable process and reasonable ways to become a citizen. They shouldn't just be offed and deported immediately. They should be given a chance.
But they had that chance to apply for citizenship before they came over illegally, and people can apply for asylum at the border. So why would it doesn't matter if it's difficult. That's our laws, and that's how we operate in this country. Because if someone comes over unvetted and then hurts someone like Laken Riley, I think you should look up her name and figure out what happened to her. And I think you might think a little differently. People like them should not be allowed to come over unvetted into our country and then just get to stay, because we don't know who these people are, and we should be tracking them when they come in.
There's bigger problems than people who are here peacefully paying taxes, contributing to the labor force.
How much in taxes do illegal aliens pay?
I don't know.
$37 billion. How much do they cost the taxpayer dollar? $150 billion, and that is from 2022. So it's way more now because Biden let in millions of illegal aliens. We don't even know where all of them are.
Okay. Well, I think it's gone too far, is the issue.
Okay. That's fair if you think it's gone too far. What should the punishment be for entering the country illegally?
same as a civil offense like jaywalking. If you're committing a serious violent crime, be prosecuted as a violent criminal.
Okay.
If you're just here seeking better opportunities and you haven't been able to enter the system legally because it's not easy, be prosecuted like just the civil offense that it is, because it's not that serious. It's not a priority. There are violent people who need to be prosecuted, but it's not every single Hispanic. It's not every single person, and there's this overgeneralization of it that has people living.
So she wants them to come in, wait for them to commit a crime, and then
And
send
be
them away,
deported.
instead of vetting them first,
Right. To find
so
out
this
if
doesn't
they
happen in the first place.
correct.
Geniuses. This is our future.
Correct. That could be a future congressperson.
We're fucked.
Yes, we are.
Let them all in. And if they commit a crime, then we get rid of them. What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Keep going.
In fear, people being threatened, and it's not that serious.
We're asking students here today what they think about the job Trump has done so far. It's been about 8 months in office.
I'm an international student, so I really don't have a say in this. I mean, if a company wants to hire me on a
Where are you from?
Yemen,
Okay.
so if
What
you
kind of visa did you come over on?
want F1.
Okay.
After that,
When's that expire?
26, May
Good.
26.
You know the date?
Yeah, May.
Good. Good. Because you know what happens if you ever stay your visa.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm not planning to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all about it.
All right, good.
Thank you.
You pay attention to that.
Okay.
They do come from crime-ridden countries,
We
and
have
there
crime
are.
here too.
We sure do.
Yeah. So
And those, but you're okay with American citizens going to jail for committing crimes, but you're telling me that when someone that's not an American citizen comes over and commits a crime, they should be allowed to stay.
they should be able to go to American jail.
So you want them to be housed in American jails?
Yeah, they
On
did the crime in
taxpayer
America, didn't
dollar.
they?
Right.
Yeah, but the first crime they committed was crossing into our border, and the responsibility that they get, that they have to put on their shoulders, is deportation. That's the law.
Okay, but why is that the law?
Well, I'm not a lawmaker, but I think it was so that maybe the taxpayer here in America doesn't have to fund them being in jails. Instead, we can fund to kick them back to their country of origin. And then I think something we can thank President Trump for doing is working with other countries to take back illegal aliens to their home countries and imprison them there, like El Salvador.
Okay, but okay, so isn't Elon Musk an illegal alien then?
Nope.
No, he has his papers and everything.
Yes.
Okay. How about Melania Trump?
Yes. Yes, she does.
Not Melania. Yeah. Okay.
You thought that they were illegal?
No, I knew that they were immigrants, and a lot of people are pushing people who are immigrants out, even if they had their paperwork.
No, we aren't pushing immigrants out, which I do think that we should halt for like 10 years any legal immigration as well. I think we're taking in way
halt
too
legal
many.
immigration.
Yes.
Why? If you're so worried about legal immigration, you think we should halt it too?
Yes.
We should halt. So we should halt illegal immigration, and then make people who are here illegally leave.
No, it means not take any more people in until we get this mess straightened out, and then we reopen the border. Wow, wow, wow.
Wait. She's like, so we should halt illegal immigration. Seriously?
That's a given. No, but she said halt legal immigration until this mess is cleaned up. That makes sense.
Oh my God.
I'm not trying to be mean, but listening ears. Take time to listen to the words and not think about, like, when people are in these situations, they're busy thinking about their next answer,
Right.
instead of
right.
listening to the question and then taking time to think before answering.
Right. Exactly.
You don't have to rapid fire answer.
Right.
You can take your time to think.
Right. Oh, that was
Some
funny.
of these people don't know how to take the time to stop, listen, then ponder their answer. It's heartbreaking.
No Nope, I didn't say that. I didn't say that we should deport legal immigrants.
No, illegal immigrants.
Yes,
I mean,
so
deport illegal
yep.
immigrants and then stop illegal immigration.
Yes, for a little bit of time.
And I understand where you're coming from, but I've had enough of the conversation.
If someone came into your house that was just walking through, just saying, "Hey, what's up? I'm just here to sit down,
That's not
watch
a good
a
metaphor.
TV."
This country was built on stolen land.
Who owned it?
No one owned it. That's the thing. This is
Well,
the
it's stolen.
fucking earth,
Who do we take it from?
People who lived here.
Like who?
Forcibly evicted him. The Native Americans.
Which tribe? We don't
There's
know
plenty
because
here.
there's many tribes
There's
that
many
eradicated each other to take their land. So this has never been someone's own land. But furthermore, people came in and we settled here and we built this land. And so now
We settled here. It was still built on genocide and violence regardless.
and the tribes also genocided each other.
Does that mean we need to contribute? No. So that's
But whose land is it then? Which genocidal group gets to claim the land? How many billions of dollars do illegal immigrants cost this country every year?
I don't know, but you know, a lot of people in jail cost America billions in a year.
Yeah, $150 billion every
That's a
year
lot.
due to illegal immigrants being in our country.
But we're also in a lot of debt. So does that really matter when America's in a whole bunch of debt?
no.
Like,
It
all
sure
that money
does.
is-
Add
Well,
another
it's
dollar.
It makes our debt worse.
Add
Sorry.
another dollar. Yeah, this chick here probably isn't going to pay her student loan back. Just saying. Ugh.
At least they're having a conversation. I got to give them credit on that. And I'm sure they're learning something. They may not agree with it. They may just disregard it, but at least they've heard it and they took the time to listen. I can give them that credit.
Okay.
They didn't hit her and walk away. They didn't steal her mic. They didn't cuss at her. They didn't throw things at her.
No, but a second ago you said you wished they would have listened.
Well, no, before answering their question.
Okay.
Before answering, I wanted them to take a pause between the question and answering.
Right.
And at least they're trying, but I wish they would do better at it.
Uh-huh. Especially if they're level. But that's
Yeah.
okay.
This is stuff that we used to learn before high school.
Mm-hmm.
Basic social communications.
Sure does.
money isn't everything. So as long as those people are happy and healthy, and it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
screw the rule of law, right?
I mean, honestly, does it even matter?
I
If
think
they're helping our economy, does
they're
it
not
really
helping
matter?
our economy. They only pay in about $37 billion
That's a
for
lot.
taxes, but they cost $150 billion.
Okay. I mean, it's the money is as long as they're helping out America, you know, or even living, they deserve to live here if they want to have a better life.
Okay.
No.
Well, they could have applied for. I would love to see your cat, by the way. What's his or her name? I don't want to misgender.
Oh, it's Brittany.
Her name is Brittany.
Yes.
That's very cute. I like that. Can you show the camera your cat?
Oh, that's a cute
You know
cat.
the illegal aliens who you want a house in your dorm and in your home with her? She might not make it. Some of them eat cats.
She's stronger than that.
Thank you.
Oh,
I don't
my
know. We saw it
God.
in Springfield, Ohio.
Oh my God.
They're eating cats and dogs. Oh my god. Oh,
Oh,
good way to end it. Thank goodness it's over.
yeah. That was hard to listen to, mostly because of the lack of skill in questioning and answering from the the people who were being interviewed.
Right.
And
But I think it's important. This is just not a handful of students. If you guys want, we have multiple videos of this stuff. Multiples.
she has an entire channel based on it.
Exactly. That would be good, right?
Oh, it would be.
I'm telling you, that was rough. All right, well, what do you got next for us?
All right. Los
Okay,
Angeles
so,
man.
yes, and I'm not sure of the update. I'll see if I can find one on this. But LA man pleads for answers as his wife remained in ICE custody up to 30 days after her arrest. This was September 1st.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Um,
There we are.
so a Studio City man is pleading for answers after his wife was detained by federal agents during an immigration appointment in downtown LA a month ago. And I'm just saying who sang. Has flyers posted in the window of his business, elegant balloons pleading for his wife's return. They say, "Bring her home. My wife was taken by ICE. Our family is broken, but our love is unshaken. We need her back." Hussein says that his wife, 55-year-old so
Oh, we lost you. Sounds
uh-oh.
like you're muffled.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Husong said that his wife, 55-year-old Sarah, here we go with the names. I'm going to call her Sararin, was called for an immigration appointment at the beginning of August, for which she thought was a ceremony after she recently passed her U.S. citizen test. However, it was there that she was detained by ICE, by U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement agents, and he hasn't been able to see her since. "I know this is not fair. I know it's not fair, and she didn't do anything wrong," he said. "She didn't kill anybody. She didn't rob the bank. She didn't do nothing. She doesn't have a parking ticket." Those who know the couple say they are inseparable, and he said that his wife is suffering as she remains in ICE custody at a detention center in Arizona. I thought he said he couldn't see her, so how does he know she's suffering?
There's a website where you can track the inmates.
And what does she say? "Oh, I'm suffering"? Is that what she tells him? "I'm suffering"?
Oh no, he doesn't get to talk to her. No,
Right.
there's a website where you can only see which inmate is in which center.
Right.
You don't get to
But
talk to him or nothing.
right. But he says that she's right here. I just read. He says that his wife is suffering. How does
I'm
he know?
assuming he's assuming it, not that she said it.
Exactly. My point. He said that she stopped taking her insulin for her diabetes after she had a negative reaction, and that when he is able to speak to her, she seems lost. Hmm.
Wait, he said he
Wait.
hasn't been able to, but now he's
Yeah.
saying he is.
And this is from CBS News. Am I reading that correctly? That's
Yeah,
that's what he said for he right? Right? Is
yeah. For
that
30 days, he hasn't been able to see. Hold on, let's go back up here. Um,
uh he thought she was bring her back. Go ahead, Don. Okay, so yeah. However, it was there that at the where she thought it was the ceremony, she was detained, and he hasn't been able to see her since. Right
so
there,
it must be phone calls.
perhaps. And I can't believe that we're whatever facility she's at, that they would not have somebody stop taking insulin if it was
Well,
required.
no, if she had a bad reaction to insulin, they'd have a doctor check her and give alternatives. She's being
Exactly.
taken care of.
My point exactly. She just is not, like they didn't say stop, you're not getting any care. One time she was talking to me, I
And if she willingly stopped the insulin of her own accord, though, then they can't force her to take it. And that
correct,
would be her own fault, not theirs. And they would
right?
offer alternatives.
One time she was talking to me, I feel she might suicide because she was so down, he said. Anything conversation like that is hurt me cause she's desperately needs something. They moved to America in 1977 and said that his wife followed him about a decade ago after she was persecuted in Iran for being of Bahan faith. He says that she did the entire process legally and obtained a green card.
They
In
must
the
have found something that was
yeah,
saying it wasn't.
in the week since she was detained, nearly 100 people have stopped by the balloon shop to sign a petition asking Representative Brad Sherman, Democrat of Sherman Oaks, who represents Studio City, to help their cause. He said that his wife has obtained an attorney in Arizona, but that if she is not released within a month, she plans to self-deport. He says that he doesn't plan to go back to Iran, but he would leave the country if it meant he could be somewhere safe with his wife again. I like my neighborhood. I like here. This is my country now. I don't feel I came from Iran. This is my land, my country, he said. I used to believe, pray, and now this situation happened. I lost my feeling about the prayer. CBS News LA has reached out to the Department of Homeland Security for further information, but has not yet heard back.
Yeah.
Something seems a little sketchy about the story. I'm not impressed by CBS News here.
And yeah, I'm not either. And there's got to be a reason. There's always a reason why they would do something like this. If she did everything right and she was going for her citizenship, something must have happened that prevented her from actually qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, it says she passed her test, so
Does she have a family member who's on the terror watch list or something?
maybe
Are they maybe not saying that?
extremely poor reporting on this is from CBS LA.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised given the all the difficulty that LA has been given
Yep.
to the illegal uh, immigration situation.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get any info or updates on it, we'll update you on this.
Yeah. Because something's off about it. Something seems really off.
Yes, seems very suspicious.
Okay. Here we go.
Crackdown taking a turn. Foot traffic is picking up along our southern border, and the Texas Department of Public Safety is on the lookout for human smugglers and illegal immigrants making their way across.
So the gangs and cartels operating on the U.S. border have decided to storm the gates. And for the first time this year, border incursions have started trending in the wrong direction. However, the U.S. is not just sitting idle. And right now, the strongest military in history is prepared to take action if necessary in Mexico, where this cartel invasion force has been hiding all along.
So here's what we found. Within hours of being out, the team actually got word that 2 men had breached the wall. Well, they raced to intercept. One man slipped back into Mexico. He was believed to be a guide. The other, a Mexican national.
The Trump administration has directed the military to prepare for lethal strikes against cartels. The military action could come without the approval of the Mexican government.
The president of Mexico is furious. He's calling Mexican Senator Lily Tellez a traitor.
The help from the United States to fight the cartels in Mexico is absolutely welcome, and that is how the majority of Mexicans feel. The only ones who don't like that President Trump is sending help and trying to support Mexicans against the cartels are the politicians. That includes President Scheinbaum.
What started as a quiet morning at Studio City Hand Car Wash quickly escalated when unmarked vehicles pulled in and immigration agents swarmed the property.
All of a sudden, all these cars pulled up. Everybody started screaming. My car is sitting there with towels on it.
I pray under God's guidance that we get freedom for our country, for Mexico, to stop it from being the next Venezuela.
So it turns out deportation isn't enough of a punishment for the criminals America's been booting back across its border all year. But what nobody's talking about is the reason we've got so many repeat crossings is because the cartels and gangs behind all these crossings, well, they're right on the other side of the border and nothing is being done to stop them. And from the safety of Mexico, these criminals plot mischief every single day against America, where they can fly drones, make plans, and keep an eye out for Border Patrol to look for the right moment to try and sneak across. However, this might soon change, and it looks like America is putting the pieces in place to take some sort of decisive action against these cartels in the near future. But the problem is Mexico's current government certainly doesn't want this. Well, not all of Mexico, because while their president seems to be firmly in the tank for Mexican autonomy over its borders and any criminal activity therein, there are many law-abiding Mexican citizens and politicians who want to see the status quo of alleged cartel cooperation gone. And that brings us to the real reason we could soon see something drastic take place in Mexico for the first time in centuries. Many law-abiding Mexican citizens would be in favor of it. They're sick and tired of living under the iron fist of a criminal empire that the government just can't seem to get rid of for some reason. A criminal empire that has a...
They can't get rid of them because they're working for them.
Yes, ma'am.
Just going to put that out there. They're working for them. My personal opinion.
Baby.
And it's going to be that way until enough people get sick of it and start fighting back. Or something happens, the president gets down there, gets voted out, and a new one gets in, and they give Trump the go-ahead.
Right.
That's the only way it's going to change.
Allegedly infested the police, the military, and even the government to such a degree that they're able to pretty much do whatever they want. And while these cartels make things worse in Mexico, they're also making things worse in America at the exact same time.
And you go into his pockets? No. Look at that, I'll check out, okay?
So that guy, who's an MS-13 gang member, was able to evade police, and he ran away. However, within just a few hours, he was connected by his cartel handlers to a new group of smugglers through Facebook, and they picked this guy up and got caught with him the very next day. And what this reveals is a sophisticated level of coordination behind the scenes, which is all part of a well-oiled crime machine.
Exactly right there. We were the only news crew embedded alongside Texas TPS's elite brush team in their ATV units this morning while they were out looking for people who did not want to be found. So here's what we found. Within hours of being out, the team actually got word that 2 men had breached the wall.
Wow.
Well, they raced to intercept. One man slipped back into Mexico. He was believed to be a guide. The other, a Mexican national, tried to evade capture by hiding in the brush. Not long after, we came across a group of 4, 2 women from Colombia, another from Guatemala, and a 20-year-old from Mexico.
So it might be harder than ever to cross the U.S. border with all of the new restrictions in place and all of the troops down there, and the fact that we've got a president that cares more about border security than the last one ever did. But what we're dealing with here is not an impoverished populace just trying to come here for a better life. Behind the scenes of these crossings is a cartel empire. You've got experts who've been making money off our border for a long time, charging people massive fees, which many people looking for a better life are then forced to illegally work off at criminal businesses in America, not finding anything close to the American dream. And once they get across, they're picked up by unwitting Americans who either don't know what they're doing or do know that the thousands of dollars they're getting paid to pick people up who are hiding in bushes might not be coming from a legitimate source, but they do it anyways. They're accessories to the cartel crime machine, which one Mexican senator says is virtually everywhere in Mexico.
Yes, it is. I saw her interview. Didn't we cover this interview at one point too?
Part of it, yes.
Yeah, I pray that nothing ever happens to her. Okay, folks?
Yes.
This woman is needed in Mexico, so seriously needed. I just wanted to make sure we covered that. Yeah, we
Yes,
talked about her.
we did.
This, and we all Mexicans know about it.
Are you afraid for your life?
Yes, I am afraid, and the president has threatened me to proceed against me with criminal prosecution, to get me out of the Senate and get me in jail, just because I told you in this space and Fox News what is the reality of our country with the cartels. The cartels are dominating everything here in Mexico. They are in all the offices of the government, in the states, in the cities, and in the national government.
So the idea that Mexico's government has been putting forth that the cartels totally under control, not a big deal, we can stamp them out, and if we can't, they're somehow America's problem. That idea has just been blown to smithereens with this interview. This senator is risking her life exposing her own government, and it sounds like they've been telling her that she might end up in jail just for saying what many Mexican law-abiding citizens have been saying for years, that their country has essentially been taken over. You've got this crony criminal empire of legitimate-looking politicians who are secretly doing the will of this empire, giving them a safe place to operate and make billions of dollars in ways that certainly don't make Mexico or America any better. But how do they go about doing this?
Mexican government and the cartels that have infested our nation.
I'm going to pause right here. Wow. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And they must be, I'll bet those 10 are listed in Kilmar's his top 10.
Yeah. This is just wild.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane.
Scary. Yes, it is.
Yeah, wow. 10 of them just in Mexico.
Right.
Wow. Y'all, seriously, this is why we need border control. We need border security. We need vetting systems, because you can't tell who's a cartel member just by looking at them sometimes.
Right.
It's not okay when they come across the border without us knowing whether or not they are wanted for crimes in their own country.
Correct.
So, yeah, this is why these cartels are running these regions. We're recording. Go.
You know, as we stated, there's 1,200 known locations throughout the United States.
Yes.
Every major city and as well as
Yes.
small town. So who knows?
Yeah. This is why it's scary. This is why we need to stop these people from coming across the border, and we need to vet them all.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's hit play.
Explain this alliance between the president, her party, the Morena party, and the cartels?
Yes, the party has financed, has given, the cartels have given so much money to these politicians to get into office, to get the power. So they protect, the Mexican government protects the cartels. That is why President Sheinbaum doesn't want the strong American leadership to help Mexico defeat the cartels. And also Sheinbaum doesn't want the rest of the world to know what is happening here in Mexico. We are on the steps to be the next Venezuela.
What's fascinating is that people in Mexico understand that their government isn't going to stop the criminals running their country anytime soon, unless they're forced to do it or unless somebody else does it for them. And she said something very important here. The Mexican government doesn't want to let the cat out of the bag, and we're seeing them try to keep the cat in the bag. Because recently, the Mexican president, who must be under a lot of pressure, has taken actions that critics say never would have happened in the past. not only sending troops to some areas of the country, but engaging in certain crackdowns on some organized crime. However, to me, this looks a little bit suspicious because if you've got a government that is allegedly in league with a criminal empire and they crack down on some of the criminals, well, how do we know this isn't government-sponsored elimination of competition for one criminal group over another? And every single week, it seems like there's another high-profile accusation that Mexico's president knows more about the cartels than she's letting on. Now, this could be a coincidence, but when you have enough coincidences, things start to look very suspicious. And now we've got this whistleblower account, which came out just weeks after there was a massive fight within their government over how to handle these cartels, which apparently haven't been handled, or we wouldn't be having any of these discussions now, would we?
The report from Ken Klippenstein says the Trump administration has directed the military to prepare for lethal strikes against cartels. The attacks will reportedly be ready by mid-September. One of the military sources quoted says the military action could come without the approval of the Mexican government.
And if that cooperation gets lost, the question is it worth it to have done it? Is targeting one high-value target, or even a few, or even 10, or many high-value targets, is that worth the loss of Mexican cooperation?
I don't know if we necessarily can say we've got Mexican cooperation at this point, because the cartels are still out there. They've been saying they're going to get rid of them for decades, and they're still out there trying to exploit our border. Traffic crossings have recently increased. They're still lower than they've ever been. We don't have a border epidemic in this country like we used to, but they're out there doing things from the safety of Mexico, and everyone knows where they are. It's not like a training camp or a base. It's hard to spot. I mean, these criminals have safe places to hang out where their military won't even go. So I don't know what this cooperation we're going to lose is. It's non-existent. And this explains why these cartels always seem to be one step ahead of their local military and police. How can they arrest all of the top leaders and send them to America, and at the exact same time these cartels are alive and well doing their thing, crossing the border to a greater degree than they used to be? This is only possible if the people we're getting sent aren't the ones in charge of running things, and the real leaders are still out there laughing.
Report from the New York Times reveals the CIA has increased reconnaissance operations over Mexico.
Yeah, we know where they are.
Any country would find it inappropriate if foreign soldiers without permission were being actively deployed on their territory. So it says a whole bunch of things. There are, however, models for success, ways in which this can be done legally.
Okay, so any country that finds it inappropriate to eliminate criminals who harm Americans and citizens of their own country, they might be the ones acting inappropriately here. Again, this is all alleged. These are accusations that the Mexican president knows more than she's letting on. Accusations that aren't just
accusations. It's all but clear. It is literally all but clear.
Well, that crazy, B. What do you mean?
I'm sorry, it sounds like you're really far away from your phone or your tablet.
I am. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Explain what you mean. Hold on. I thought I would grab a drink before, since you said medicine. Explain what you mean by that statement you just made.
Everything she's doing is to defend certain cartels. Her fighting back against Trump, her allowing China to open businesses and start having a major say in their area. I mean, flat out, she's all but owned by the cartels. I mean, all but said out loud publicly, yes, I work for the cartels. Her actions are what are saying she works for them.
Correct.
I'm not a fan of her. I don't like her at all.
Neither do I.
Alright, let's get through these last 3 minutes.
All right.
Coming from one senator, as we saw with the Mexican government rushing to defend banks that were identified by our Treasury Department as funding criminals. But the part of this story that we've never been told before is that you have Elements in Mexican leadership that are in fear for their own safety and are not compromised and are speaking out and are finally bold enough to speak out because there is American leadership just on the other side of the border wall that wants the exact same thing they do.
All three women wore cartel wristbands. That's proof that they paid for their journey. They tell us it cost about $5,000 each paid to the cartel, a steep price for migrants from Colombia and Guatemala who usually pay closer to $2,000 or $3,000.
Look at this.
So here's the statistics that we just got from our DHS sources exclusively. The Rio Grande Valley sector is now the busiest along the border. The data shows more crossings here this month than anywhere else.
We know that even just one getaway, and some people say, well, why use so many resources just for one person or two? The fact of the matter is just one getaway is a potential public safety risk. And we've seen.
So, potential public safety risks sneaking into America. People who aren't just from gangs that might be associated with other South American dangerous organizations, but even people from the Middle East for some reason, and the far corners of the earth are being brought across our border by gangs who give people printed wristbands. This is not some fly-by-night operation. It's a legitimate threat because it's such a well-organized business that we're dealing with here with these Mexican cartels. I mean, how do they have the infrastructure to set this up?
Okay, let's figure. They said anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a person. There have been over 11 million who have crossed the border. We can assume that a large chunk of them, let's say even 90%, so 10 million, came through at $2,000 to $5,000 a pop. That is a shit ton of money.
Right. And that's at the low that's at the low end of the scale, right? Imagine that imagine what other countries actually paid. The Chinese nationalists that came across that we have no idea where they're
The
at.
Middle Easterners.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. And that's a lot of money that the cartels just made to go to funding more drugs, more trafficking, and more control over the governments.
Correct. Was she
Just so you guys know, do the math.
Was she elected? I can't recall her election details off the bat, but was it a legit thing or was she funded?
That's questionable.
All right, then. That's all we need to know. Go ahead. Continue, please.
How do they have the time and the space and the safety to fly drones over our border whenever they want, looking for possible moments where they can exploit the security that we've got down here? You can only do that if you're not afraid of somebody busting down your front door, coming in and arresting you while you got the drone goggles on and you're controlling this thing, focused on it. You can't do that if you're running for your life from law enforcement like these guys should be. But
what was that?
Crazy B. Why, if we know a drone is coming from another country, is it permitted to enter our airspace without it being?
It's not entering our airspace. It's flying up, staying on the Mexican side of the border, watching the patrols to see when they leave.
Okay, so they have that long of a range, do they?
I mean, if you think that, if you stand 50 feet into the brush on the Mexican side of the wall, fly your drone up straight in the air, you can see right across that dang wall.
That's true. He didn't build the wall high enough.
Well, he can't exactly build it 400, 500, 600 feet high. That doesn't work.
Just making a smart-ass comment, that's all.
I know. I wish we could, but we just don't have the technology for that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
But another part of this that you have to understand is that the Mexican cartel helps the Mexican government in ways that nobody's talking about. First of all, Mexico spends around 12% of their GDP on social welfare programs, which won't touch what California spends on social welfare, and Mexico in turn receives about 15% of their GDP from tourism. So their social welfare is covered by their tourism industry. And if Mexico had to care for the estimated 20 million illegal immigrants who passed through their country and entered our country over the last 4 years, they'd be bankrupt. And the cartels bringing people out of Mexico ferrying them into sanctuary cities and states throughout America, that does a lot to help the Mexican government stay afloat and operate as it has been. But what do you think about all this? Do you think that the Mexican people would be in favor of U.S. action against criminal empires that have been ruining their lives for decades? Is this senator right? Is there validity to her claims? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you.
I absolutely believe that senator had validity to her claims, and then some.
More, a lot. Absolutely a lot.
Yes.
That's sheer craziness.
Very much.
To know that you're the president. Well, we had Biden, so I was just going to say that the president of your own country would permit this, but it's it's
She's preventing the cartels from being taken out, and Biden was working with her for letting them
that.
come in here and do
Now,
whatever they wanted and
hold
taking the
on.
illegals.
Let me slap myself. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, D. Okay, I'm better. I think
No, but Biden really did.
he did.
He really messed it up, and he was working with her so this could continue.
Yes.
The child trafficking stuff.
Yeah, they still
How
don't.
much of a kickback did America get?
Well, they've only found what 12,000, I think, of the children out of
Of
300.
what was it, 300,000?
Over 300 and close to what 380, I believe the number
I
was.
believe so, yeah.
Yeah, close to 380, and they only have found 12. Yeah, several of them they
It's
found.
scary.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I can't imagine the horrors that those children have to go through every single day.
I
I
know.
really.
Their life wasn't easy. Some of those kids were street kids in Mexico. They didn't have an easy life. It's not an easy thing to be a homeless child, and there are no real orphanages
Right.
that, are worth going to. In some cases, they're just as bad as being on the streets.
Exactly.
And so, it sucks because they have no family, they have no parents. So they end up getting scooped up by the cartels, shipped to America to go through the same abuse they went through in Mexico.
Right.
Just now, the cartels get more money off of them.
Yep. Really
It's
sucks.
not okay.
Not okay. All right. What do you got article wise then, there, dear?
Next article is. Oops, shit.
Oh, that's fine. We just
I
get
got it.
we
Just give
get
me
to
a
see you.
minute.
We get to see your face bigger. That's all.
There we are. Now it's right. I apologize. I actually hit stop share instead of share this tab.
Yes, I thought this was rather interesting. The Pentagon sent 600 military lawyers to serve as immigration judges in the effort as the Trump administration cracks down on immigration, ramps up arrests and deportations.
All right.
And the U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has approved sending up to 600 military lawyers to the federal Justice Department to serve as temporary immigration judges, according to a memo reviewed by the Associated Press. The military will begin sending groups of 150 attorneys, both military and civilians, to the Justice Department as soon as practicable. Practicable. Practic- oh, here we go. Now we know
You
it's
sound really
Monday.
muffled.
I'm so congested I could hardly breathe. Practicable. That's not right.
Practicable. Yep.
That still doesn't sound right. And the
I
military.
know.
I know. Practicable. And the
Convenient
military.
would have been better.
Yes. And the military services should have the first round of people identified by the next week, according to the memo dated August 27th. The effort comes as Donald Trump's presidential administration cracks down on immigration across the country, ramping up arrests and deportations Immigration courts are also already dealing with a huge backlog.
I don't know if your tablet's dropping or what, but it sounds like your mic is pushed against your chest and not up in the air.
Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. The effort comes as Donald Trump's presidential administration cracks down on immigration across the country, ramping up arrests and deportations. Immigration courts are also already dealing with a huge backlog of roughly 3.5 million cases that has ballooned in recent years. That number is absolutely mind boggling. I mean, what's the. I don't even know how, one, did it get to be that bad, but two, how did they even attempt to make a dent in that?
I don't know. That's why they're sending 600 attorneys to act as judges. And 600, how is that even going to make a dent in that?
However, numerous immigration judges have been fired or left voluntarily after taking deferred resignations offered by the administration, according to their union. The International Federation of Professional and Technical Engineers said in July that at least 17 immigration judges had been fired without cause in courts across the country. Wow, that number's staggering. That has left about 600 immigration judges, union figures show, meaning the Pentagon move will double their ranks. The move is being done at the request of the Justice Department, and the memo noted that the details will initially last no more than 179 days but can be renewable. When asked about the move, a Justice Department spokesperson referred questions about the plan to the Defense Department. Pentagon officials directed questions to the White House. You know, like that whole paragraph was necessary. A
It
White House,
wasn't.
I know, a White House official said on Tuesday that the administration was looking at a variety of options to help resolve the significant backlog of immigration cases, including hiring additional immigration judges. The official said the matter should be a priority that everyone, including those waiting for adjudication, can rally around. Can we
Yeah.
be can we be immigration judges, do you think, perhaps?
I don't have enough of a law degree to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, but didn't it say go down? What was the civilian piece? What were were they
Oh, they're doing civilian and military. It says both 100 and
Oh,
it'll be a
okay.
total of 600 and
They are
four it's
attorneys. Okay.
four waves of 150
Yeah.
military and
And
civilian.
civilians. Well, I could be the one that just says no. I could be
They
that
send us just the criminals to say no to.
Yeah. I'll be the just say no judge. Okay.
That works for me.
Okay.
So next on our list we have another video from Cash Jordan, who does amazing work. Um, this one is a mob decided to storm a ice place in Portland, Oregon, by the looks of it.
Well, and isn't Portland our city of love, or what did they call that? That's where they had the summer of love. They did the sit-in and blocked the streets off. Isn't
It's
that
one of the few places, yeah, one
uh,
of the few, a couple places that got that bad. Yeah, they
right?
literally still are running districts, sections of the city, and it is a disaster. It is
Wow.
an absolute disaster. I don't know how that city functions in any fashion
I mean, how
because everything's fled.
right? And how is that acceptable? I don't understand.
It's
And
like the equivalent of the Antifa headquarters.
yeah,
The entire.
right. Uh-oh, you're cut out there, crazy.
Oh, can you hear me?
There, now I can hear you. There you
Oh,
go.
okay. I
All
think I leaned a little too far away from my mic.
right. Okay, you're good.
All right, let's hit play and see what happens. And we're going to try to pause only 3 times every 5 minutes or so put our 2 cents in, but you guys know me. If I see something ridiculous, I'll do my best.
Out a guillotine clashing with police and turning the streets into a battlefield outside a migrant detention facility there. It's the latest flashpoint in
Hold
protest.
on, just stop that right then and there. I
The
mean,
guillotine?
yes, we know someone that refers to a wood chipper all the time, and I'm
Yep.
telling you what, go at it, like,
Guillotine, then straight to the wood chipper for disposal.
yes. I mean, and we
But
are not
not of the
promoting,
ICE officers,
right,
of corrupt, horrible politicians, and everything after due process.
correct. After due process, we want to see it out in the public from now on. Let's bring the darkness into the light. Let's let's disinfect this shit. It's time.
Country
Who
needs a good
who who in their
cleanup.
who in their right mind brings a guillotine? I can't talk. I'm done.
Guillotine. I
Thank you.
got it.
I'm done for the day. But who brings this to an event? Like, oh,
Idiots.
oh, do you have the sharp part, or you bring the wood today, or who are we
Hey,
gonna?
who's got the bucket to catch the
Yeah,
head?
yeah,
Oh, that bucket's not big enough.
right. We need a bigger one. Oh my gosh.
People are stupid. It's all I gotta say. People are stupid.
I mean, if again, thank you that this is not my child. I'd be in jail.
Yeah. Uh-huh. If it was my child
I
out
mean,
there,
just
all hell would be breaking
okay,
loose.
so just in this scene where you stopped it, right? Look at the idiot on the left. How high up in the
Uh-huh.
air? Like, he's freaking gleeful. Like, oh
He's
joy.
Superman gliding through the air
Yeah,
after
like,
someone.
oh joy, joy. What is wrong with these people?
A lot.
And are we wearing masks and hats and
Yep.
covering? And isn't it summertime?
Well, up in Portland, it's probably about it's going to be a little bit cooler because it is right kind of at the Canadian border area almost.
Okay.
It's elevation wise and stuff, it's a little bit chillier there, especially on the ocean
Okay,
front.
go ahead. Okay.
But the masks are completely uncalled for. That's just to hide their identity because they're
Yep.
chicken shits. They don't actually stand for what they believe. They're just there to cause problems because they can.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, let's hit
Yep.
play.
That has stretched nearly 3 months now.
So, as rioters continue assaulting Portland's ICE jailhouse, local police and officials are nowhere to be found. And the few law-abiding residents left here say they feel completely abandoned and don't understand how their leaders can claim they're protecting the city while it falls apart. But as they complain, the riots here keep getting worse.
Night after night, this is the scene just outside the ICE facility in Portland. Hundreds of residents live in apartments just feet away. They routinely call police about the noise and crime.
I'm calling about the protesters. They cornered 2 women out here. They need help.
You're going to see a ramp up of operations continue in LA. And, Portland, Seattle. I mean, all these sanctuary cities that refuse to work with ICE, where we know public safety threats are being released every day into this country.
One of the Antifa told us the media has it wrong.
As far as violence goes, there never really is any.
We cannot be hiding in the shadows because our president is threatening us in many different ways.
Portland is unbelievable what's going on. This has been going on for years, so we'll be able to stop that very easily. We'll be able to stop. But, that was not on my list.
But the cops did not come. Residents on their own.
Turn that down! It's midnight!
On this night in late June, federal police used tear gas and flashbangs. Again, no Portland police in sight.
Oops. So, okay, it is civilians, the citizens, and ICE trying to keep these people in check.
Correct.
No Portland police.
Correct.
Wow. That is messed up.
Yes.
And we're only 1 minute and 46 seconds in.
Yes.
Damn. I'm glad I don't live there. I'm glad I live in a state where people and the sheriff and stuff actually do their job.
Right.
So, all right, let's hit play.
So, as far as the rioters in Portland are concerned, their time may soon be up. But what nobody's talking about is even if President Trump brings in the National Guard and secures this facility and arrests everybody, the city of Portland is still doomed. And the only way to fix it is for everybody who's still got a brain in their head to move and go somewhere else. Because the only way local leaders could let this rioting go on for over 3 months is if nobody in Portland's voting majority has any problem with it. And nobody does. These low IQ agitators clad in Home Depot sourced body armor think they're waging war against President Trump, while the reality is they're just destroying their own city and forcing businesses to shut down permanently. But when those businesses close, it's Trump's fault. And when homelessness in Portland goes up, that's Trump's fault. And guess what? When the ICE facility gets attacked by members of the political party of violence, that too is Trump's fault. Except it's not. Portland has been a progressive masterpiece in the making for years now. And although the lawlessness you see on its streets is getting recorded on a nightly basis, you don't get this kind of crazy by accident. You have to cultivate it with progressive sanctuary policies, and that's exactly what's happened here. And that brings us to the real reason the president might be forced to take action in Portland. Yes, the city is lost, but the rest of America isn't, although it's threatened greatly by the crime that pours out of these sanctuary cities and floods the rest of.
Well, like he's saying, it pours out because they've already robbed all the stores. They've already ruined all the businesses. So now they've got to expand out to go find more.
Right. And it's anybody that moves out, those houses are just going to get replaced by these idiots. And then whoever lives next door is just going to become the next victim. So it doesn't matter if it's your home, your business, you're at the bus stop, whatever. You're going to be affected. I don't see any way out of it unless something drastic is done about it.
Yeah.
And who is it that has the stronghold on it? You know what I mean? That's, is it the cartel? Is it the other gang members? Is it, who has the grip on the city that tight?
This would be the Antifa morons and the idiot liberal politicians who allowed this to get this bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Somehow, and see, there's never any accountability, ever.
No. That's why Trump may have to say, look, governor and mayor, you guys aren't doing your damn job, so now I have to step in and do it for you, and you should be removed from office and replaced.
Right. But that's never done.
Yeah.
I have seen am I wrong? Has there been any political leader, any mayor of any large city that has been removed from office for dereliction of duty?
Nope. And that needs to be used. This is a massive dereliction of duty.
Mm-hmm.
They are not doing their job. So
not.
If anyone's over there, you might want to start a group of petitioning to get these idiots out. And do a better job voting in the next one.
Yeah, for real.
All right, let's get this playing.
Of our country. Portland isn't a walled garden, and now we're seeing homeless encampments pop up outside the city. Plus, since sanctuaries make themselves a refuge for federal fugitives, they are essentially bases for gang members to plan and commit crime across America. On top of that, if one part of our country is allowed to be a lawless no-go zone, well, it's only a matter of time before that lawlessness spreads like a virus to other cities if nothing's done to restore order in the face of this.
I couldn't live like that.
I couldn't. I would go crazy. Knowing you had to get up and go to work.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said, knowing that you had to get up and go to work the next day.
Yeah. I mean, this woman, you can tell she's had it. She's out there with a cane.
Yep.
And they don't care. They're on their phone. They're in their weird little costume pajama things. This is absolutely unacceptable.
So even when there isn't any fighting in the streets of Portland, there are air raid sirens, there's constant noise. But while local politicians like the mayor of this sanctuary insist Portland's just fine and the police can handle things no problem, as you're about to see, they haven't been handling anything in months. Terrible.
They cornered 2 women out here. They need help. Please send the cops.
But the cops did not come.
No.
This week, protesters brought what looked like a guillotine. Some confrontations end with residents getting assaulted. On this night in late June, federal police used tear gas and flash.
So it came out in court that there haven't been any arrests by the Portland Police Department near this facility since June. And there's crime being committed here on a regular basis. Residents aren't safe and the police are nowhere to be found. That's ridiculous. That's wrong. And frankly, this police force should resign, or at least whoever's in charge of it. Because it's also come out in court that if the police show up, they're worried about how it might upset the mob that runs Portland, Oregon. The mob of violent progressives. They don't want those people attacking them either. They're just as afraid as everybody else, so they're not showing up. Which perfectly explains why the mob is now in charge of Portland.
And no Portland police in sight. It came out later in court that one officer told another, if it were not ICE, we could assist directly. Julie Parrish sued the city to force police to enforce local laws.
Good luck.
This is a full-on abdication of police duty in a 4-block radius that impacts some of the most vulnerable Oregonians that we have. Now they've said, meh, we're just going to let violent rioters do this for 80 straight nights, and we don't care.
Portland police responded, we take these concerns seriously. At the same time, we are committed to protecting individuals' rights.
This is the stupid.
At the same time.
Hold on. They take them seriously. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. They take that seriously.
Air conditioning's on.
Oh my God. Why can't they just leave? You get phone calls. I get them walking in person. No, this is bullshit. I am calling bullshit on this Portland police statement. They said if ICE wasn't here, we could handle it. Y'all ain't been handling it.
They haven't done anything since June, they said.
Yes. So no, it has nothing to do with ICE. And even back in June, they weren't doing a good job.
Exactly.
It was a catch release, and then when they show up to court, they get a slap on the hand and said, don't do that again. That's a no-no.
That's right.
All right. Yeah, I had to call bullshit on this while I heard it.
Stupidest statement I've ever heard. If you're committed to protecting people's rights to express themselves peacefully, then arrest the people who aren't peaceful. But that's not happening. I guess peaceful is a subjective word that might actually mean progressive violence. The government here is essentially calling evil good and calling good evil. And when
1984 much?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure I'm on the right page.
Yes, you are.
So when does this book end?
I don't remember. I'm not sure. We might have to.
I know how it ends. I'm just wondering when it ends in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Not quite
Lordy.
sure on that one.
Yeah.
When the attorney mentions vulnerable Oregonians, she's talking about the people that live in low-income housing across the street. These aren't people who are wealthy enough to just pack up and move and go somewhere else. These are people who are in an apartment, which they couldn't otherwise afford, who these progressive rioters claim to be sticking up for, but aren't. On top of that, a local school near this place recently shut down and had to move the kids across town. We're literally watching a sinful, evil city fall apart because it won't do police work, it won't punish crime, and it won't.
There's a wonderful book. It's a couple thousand years old. It's called the Bible. There was a town in there called Sodom and Gomorrah. Remember what happened to them?
Oh, yeah.
Please enlighten us.
Yeah. For those who don't know the Christian Bible or the Jewish old teachings, Torah, yeah, God smited that place with brimstone and fire. It was leveled. It was destroyed. Actually, archaeologists believe they found the remnants of it more recently. They're still doing a lot more to prove it. And something happened there on the equivalent of a nuclear bomb blowing up in that site. So, yeah, folks. Just going to make the reference and the connections. So, yeah.
Yep.
How do people really? I can't get
I know.
past it.
I know. It's hard to. It's
I
hard
could
to
not
get
go
through.
do this in my town. I could not go out there and behave this way. I'd feel bad about it.
I know.
How? Oh,
How is it
all right.
okay?
Oh, go ahead.
I said no. How is it okay? Explain that to me. How this behavior. Hey, whatever. Hey, mom. Hey, hun. I'm going out tonight. It's riot night. Got to put my mask and everything on. Plan on getting tear gassed. Got to get the
I just.
guillotine out.
Who the hell does this stuff?
I have. They need some, and to not be arrested since no arrests have been made since June of 2025. And this is now the end of September. This video is what, 3 days old? 2 days old?
2 days. Two
Two
days
days
ago.
old. Yeah. So it's 2 days. We're almost into October.
Today is
So,
September 20th. It's been
yeah.
5 days shy of 4 months.
Uh-huh. Yeah, go figure.
Yep. Hey, can you? Okay,
It's
let's hit
okay.
play.
Enforce its own laws. But predictably, this is having an effect on the rest of Portland in ways the rioters don't even comprehend.
To express themselves peacefully.
The Portland approach is.
Does that look peaceful?
Oh, yeah.
They're expressing themselves peacefully.
Yes, because you said the weather was cooler, and that was during the day, so I would imagine at night it was even colder, meaning cold, so we would need a fire to keep warm, and a little bit of smoke and haze. Well, that just adds to the ambiance of it all.
And the tear gas, the
Yeah.
cherry on top.
Right.
And the flashbangs, just,
Right.
in celebration.
Exactly.
One second. I got to pause. I'll be editing. Yes, sweetheart.
Hello.
We're recording right now. Is it important?
No.
Okay, can we? We'll be done in about 25 minutes. So, all right, sweetie. Thank you. Okay. So, pause.
Laugh.
But yeah, the flashbangs are just, for celebration of this, and what else?
Right.
I mean, how retarded do you have to be to spin it that way and think people will believe it?
Right. I mean, it's date night, right? Hey, babe, I got a hot date to take you on tonight.
Yeah, in anarchy world.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I don't believe in pure anarchy. I'm sorry. I don't like it.
I
Will
mean,
not.
this is, this is, it's out of control. And it's
It
in
is.
it's in major cities, and you know, if you're not fortunate enough or you live in the inner city, uh, it can be rather a rough place to grow up in.
Especially now. And now they got to bus the kids to the other side of town for
Right,
school because this area is not safe to even send
right.
them for school.
And we've showed previous videos where they've had the homeless encampments, right, where they took over a park.
On the school lawn.
Right,
Yeah.
on the school lawn. Yeah.
Now, here's what I don't get. What sane society doesn't just remove the criminals and the homeless people doing this shit and keep the town the way it was?
Right. Why do
Proper.
again, it's everybody bending over backwards for the few, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not for what's good for all of the majority of society. We're talking about what is good for the few.
Uh-huh. And that's not how society works. That's not how democracy works.
Right.
They're screaming about democracy. Well, their democracy is failing them because they're the minority.
There's
Right.
also people who are saying that democracy is dead.
With the way they behave, yeah.
As a justification for their actions.
No. Just because you're part of a minority that does not get your way does not mean democracy is dead. It means it's actually freaking working.
The Portland approach.
And if you enable people to behave the way the protesters have and wreck the neighborhood for everyone else, they will come back and wreck it the next night.
It's now ranked by the nonpartisan Urban Land Institute as the second worst place in America to invest. With 6.5 million square feet of commercial vacancy, the top 20 office towers have lost 57% of their combined value in 5 years.
Okay.
Wow.
If you're a business and you're looking for a
Wow.
What?
That is huge. And how did the city leaders justify that? Because
Peaceful protest.
right, where those costs get passed on from those businesses that have left, don't you?
To the civilians and the other business owners.
Right, in the form of what, Crazy B?
Taxes.
Got it. But
it's funny how the economy works.
Yeah, but I'll bet these dumbasses that are out there protesting probably don't have jobs.
Uh-huh. I'd put money on it.
Yep.
Here we go.
Headquarters. I don't know if you're going to be looking at Portland, and if your headquarters is in Portland, you're going to pull out, and guess what? All those jobs are coming with you, and that's why this place is falling apart. But while businesses and the law-abiding who can abandon their homes, which nobody will probably buy, and run for the hills as fast as they can, mob rule continues to grow. And the more you force out the law-abiding and import agitators, which is what's happening in Portland, the place is just gonna turn into more of what you see on the screen right here. It's the perfect haven for fugitives, international criminals, illegal immigrants, and anyone who hates law and order and wants to get away with acting on their beliefs.
I'm having a hard time understanding how big of an area.
But I bet if someone defended themselves with a weapon, the victim who defended themselves would be arrested and thrown in jail, not the person who attacked them.
100. I guarantee you that would happen.
And because it's probably one of the stricter gun control states.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Funny how that all works out, huh?
Uh-huh. It's part of why I'm glad I don't live there.
And if you
area
do,
this is.
If you do, our deepest sympathies are extended to you.
Yeah. I get it. There's a lot of people who don't live in Portland, but the fact that Portland's been allowed to go this way is going to ruin the rest of the state too.
Yes, it is.
It's just a matter of time before that. economy from there being lost trickles out to the rest of the state, and it really goes bad.
Right.
That's how economies work.
Or how many people are out there on a nightly basis? Do you have a sense of that?
Yeah, so the area itself is relatively small because they are pretty much focused on this one building, but a lot of the organizing happens a few blocks away with a nearby park. But still, I mean, as a whole, we're talking about a relatively small amount of space, but they're doing a lot of damage there, and that's the actual problem. Any given night, there could be anything from a couple dozen to about 50, even 100. I mean,
Wow.
the more momentum that continues to build brings in more folks who aren't just living in Portland and the general Oregon area. There are folks who are coming from California and Washington State.
Listen to that. He's right. People are going here because there is lawlessness, and that's what they want to engage in. We just had massive crackdowns in LA, and guess what? Those LA protesters are coming here to help destroy this place, and something needs to be done. And you know, as you look at this, one thing has to stick out like a sore thumb. Not one of these protesters has any obligation that requires their personal attention or responsibility. How else can you live on the street and protest for 3 months in a row? You can only do that if you don't have a job, but somehow manage to fund your existence and get food and get health care if you assault law enforcement and need to visit the hospital or something after. This is all being enabled. And although some of these people could be paid protesters, the reality is much more frightening. A lot of the people out here are enabled to be out here because of America's welfare state. The federal benefits and the state benefits, in many cases, are sustaining what we're watching here. And those were all set up in the name of helping people, but as we can see, there are some people who don't want the help.
Well, to help out with this organizing and this all-out assault against ICE.
So the mayor's not going to cooperate.
No.
It's pretty clear. Here's what the Portland mayor said. Here's the quote. Federal administration deploys bulldozers and mass arrests by masked agents.
Oh, my goodness.
The opposite of our
my
outreach
God.
worker and emergency shelter strategy. That's
Your
work together by
strategy ain't working.
volunteering and donating.
Donating.
The administration's heavy-handed tactics are not needed in our city. That's a no, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's more than a no. I think it's clearly rejecting any kind of interference coming from the federal government, and that's really what this problem is, because you've got...
It wasn't a no, it was a big FU. Here's a middle finger.
Right.
I was trying to find the pause button. Sorry it took so long. But damn, like, really? Get your shit in control, get your people back, get your businesses back, or you are in dereliction of duty and the president can step in.
What company's going to want to come back?
They'd have to see that cleaned up. That's going to take easily a couple of years to get cleaned up and sorted out and rebuilt.
If not more. And
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't, you know, when there's all these other places in the country to pick, pass.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, you cut out in the middle of a word. It just said half.
Oh no, I said pass. I'll pass.
Oh, pass. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Meaning, you know, out of all
you don't want to be there.
Yeah, out of all the cities in the United States, why would I possibly want to move my business or start a business in Portland? Why?
I wouldn't at this time.
No.
Now, I would want this cleaned up and a good security streak and, you know, people doing their job before I'd move back in. I'd want to see a few years of control before I move back.
I don't even know if I'd trust a few years, Crazy B. You know what I mean?
It's a risk. I know.
It's a huge risk. And the problem is that, you know, we have so many, we have so many politicians believing in this is the right type of behavior. I don't see them changing. What are we going to do about them?
Wait them out, get some new ones in. But in that area, they're just going to keep doing what they do.
Right.
I mean, all these people who are sick of this probably were the ones who didn't vote for it.
Right.
unfortunately. They're the ones who are just stuck there. And like they said, that was a low housing apartment building, people who can't afford to move.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for them.
So do
I
I.
really do.
Got two separate issues that
Look, there's no way you're going to stay as mayor of this place if you call in Trump and the troops and get rid of these rioters. These rioters you see out there on the street, they run this place. They're the voting majority. And if you don't do what they want, they're going to put somebody else in. These politicians, they're also part of the problem because they want to get elected by these people. Businesses can't vote. Not that they should, but they leave when things get bad, and that's what we're seeing here. And the school that recently shut down, well, the families impacted and their kids, those aren't the norm here at all. Because where's the outrage that a school had to disappear and move across town? Not a peep out of the rioters. The norm in this city is to gear up with body armor. You made yourself and attack federal law enforcement, not to raise children, not to go to church, not to have a family. These are angry, violent people who run this place, and it's only getting worse. But eventually, and this might happen very soon, things are going to get so unsustainable here that the entire city just implodes on itself. And some people think that's already happening.
Oh, it is.
Well, we're going to the mall in Lloyd Center, and we park in the parking garage, and now we're going to go up the stairs into the mall.
Okay.
And this is what is here. Watch your step. There's people.
This is gross.
So this is the only way to get upstairs if you're parked right here to get to Lloyd Center.
Yeah, it smells really bad.
You hear people screaming in the background.
Probably the pants have something to do.
This is weird.
Yeah, this is nice.
It's disgusting. It's a wasteland.
It's relaxing. Let's go to Ross, where they make you get weighed on the way into the store to make sure you're not stealing.
And right there is Barnes & Noble.
What?
So again, parking garage, Barnes & Noble, Lloyd Center. This is where you have to go.
Yo, that Barnes & Noble does not look like it has a whole lot of foot traffic, and something tells me it might not be there forever. But when you watch videos like this, the writing's obviously on the wall. Lawlessness has been destroying this place for years, and it's now in its final phase. Open rebellion against anything that would come in here and clean this place up, to such an extent that the police are afraid to intervene. They aren't going near the ICE facility. Nope. And this is what happens when nobody wants to stand up and do the right thing.
As you all know, oftentimes these Democrat-run cities are the ones who need ICE the most. And the men and women of ICE, Secretary Noem and President Trump, will not be deterred by Democrat members of Congress, of governors, and of local leadership who are saying they will not work with ICE. We will go into communities and we will enforce immigration law as it's written.
So, Jason,
that's where this starts. If you want to crack down on these places and restore law and order, you have to start by taking away the one thing that these violent progressives say they care about, which is the presence of federal fugitives who are in America illegally in their city. That's why they're attacking the ICE facility. And if you take away those federal fugitives, the thing they thought they were going to fight for disappears. On top of that, illegal immigration endangers all of America. Lawless sanctuary cities are the reason you've got smugglers bringing people across the U.S. border relentlessly, even in 2025. And anything that empowers a criminal underworld hurts all of us. And if Portland wants to run itself into the ground and voters want to vote for that, fine, but it shouldn't be able to do that while violating federal laws that make America less safe and import criminals and attract the worst of the worst, which is what's happening here and what is being defended by violent individuals who claim to care about free speech and humanity, yet express absolutely none of that on a regular basis for 90 days now. What do you think about this? Thank you so much for watching.
Wow. I'm glad I don't live there. And if that shit were to start here, I'd probably stand my ground for a bit, but then retreat to somewhere safer.
Right.
If it didn't get fixed by the local government.
Yeah.
I'd be like, bye.
Yeah. If the local government didn't do anything. The problem is, I think it's easier in the case of, well, I don't know, because there's contracts, but renters versus homeowners, they usually take a hit, significant loss on
Oh
their
yeah.
value, when this occurs. So, but for renters, they could potentially be locked into, a 2-3 year term that they might have to try to get out of. So it's
it's a mess.
Yeah, it's a no-win situation for the citizens of Portland and all of the other major cities that are faced with this. I don't
Yeah.
understand where you know, the lack of loyalty to the citizens and their constituents is at. It's null and void almost.
It is.
It's a
It's
damn
not okay.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. It really is. It's heartbreaking.
It
No,
is.
how would you like to have to sleep every night knowing that you're going to go to bed and this shit's going to go off at 12 o'clock or whatever time?
All hours of the day and night.
Exactly.
It never ends.
Right. Never get. I mean, that's enough to drive a person legit insane.
It is. It's sad. And I couldn't live around it. I
No.
can't. I don't want to be around that kind of chaos. I want peace in my life.
Exactly. I mean, it's
Is
bad
it
enough.
so hard to ask for peace and get it?
Yes.
I mean, we got enough trouble just doing family stuff, let alone, dealing with the neighborhood idiots, right?
Exactly.
So, well,
Yeah.
folks, with that being said, Crazy B and I have been at it for quite some time.
2 hours and 37 minutes and change, but this will be edited down. So don't worry, it won't be that long for you guys.
Right. But even with that being said, Crazy B's done a wonderful job getting our new room set up
For recording.
for recording. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. We have a couple things pending, so we'll see how this goes. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. So we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of go from there. So with that being said, it is Saturday evening now on the 20th for me at almost 7 p.m. And I
Yep.
have family that's looking for me. So I'm gonna
I've
not
got family doing the same. I've had to you
stop.
guys won't hear it, but I've had to
Sure.
field is it an emergency or
Yeah.
not, but
I got the same thing happening here, Crazy B.
it's going to take me about 3 hours to edit this video, by the
Oh
way.
my gosh.
Yes, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And we'll have it in the
In the
up in the
pipeline. In the
saved
pipe.
file for when we have a sick day or an appointment day.
Yes, ma'am. So, all right, guys. With that being said, I'm done. I'm out. Everybody have a good day, good evening, good morning, whatever. When this drops, you'll know. And Crazy B, what do you have to say before we go?
Other than there's always the hidden object or hidden item picture
Okay.
throughout somewhere in the video.
Right.
Just leave what it is in the comments. I'll let you know if you were right.
Okay.
It's, just a fun little Where's Waldo type of game thing. Except you're not looking for Waldo, you're looking for something that doesn't belong. So,
like the feds.
Not the feds.
Like they're always hiding stuff where they don't belong.
Anyways, so with that, I'm going to say stay safe, stay sane, stay sober.
Stay on crack.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
See you later.